With the eyes closed, begin to bring awareness to this physical body, your Stula Sharira. Occupy this body completely with your presence, leaving no parts unattended. Then expand to the next layer of awareness, which is a pranic body, related to your breath. So start inhaling very slowly and deeply. At the end of inhalation, enter into a neutral zone, a gap. Then exhale slowly and completely. At the end of the exhalation, another gap. Continue to breathe in and out in this fashion with awareness of the two gaps. Settle into the listening space, Shravana, authentic listening, ready to receive what Bhagavan has to impart to all of us in this part 2 of chapter 1, Arjuna's dilemma. Let's invoke Guru presence to the space. So join the palms together in Amanjali Mudra. Let's chant the Sadguru Vandana followed by 3 times Mahavakya. So take a deep breath. Nityanandam Paramasukaram Kevalam Jnanamutim Vandvatitam Gaganashatrisham Tattvamasya Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Savadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Satguruntam Namami. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. So bow down to Bhagavan Sri Krishna and Swamiji, requesting them to bless all of us to receive the message of this chapter, the powerful cognition of this chapter, so that it becomes part of our muscle and biomemory. All right, so now we are going to today complete chapter 1 with the second part, starting from verse 24 to verse 47. So once again, welcome all of you to Kailasa, Singapore. Today we'll continue from where we began last week, which is chapter 1 of Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna Visada Yoga. So which is fundamentally all about Arjuna's confusion, Arjuna's dilemma, Arjuna's inauthenticity. So now let's begin the invocation chants before we enter into the today's chapter. Next slide, let's enter into the invocation chant. So we always invoke Sri Krishna, who is the, I would say, the enlightened being, the incarnation, the Purna Avatar, who gifted this knowledge to Arjuna. So let's sit with the back straight.
Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanuramardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum.
So the meaning of this mantra is, I salute unto you, Bhagavan Krishna, Guru, Master of the world, Son of Vasudeva, Supreme Bliss of Devaki, Destroyer of Kamsa and Charuna. These are the demons. Okay, so now.
Om Parthaya Pratibodhita भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराण मुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वाम् अनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्.
So the meaning of this mantra is where we invoke the sacred knowledge of this book, Bhagavad Gita. It says, Om, I meditate upon you, Bhagavad Gita, the affectionate divine mother, showering the nectar of Avaita, non-duality, and destroying the rebirth, incorporated into the mist of Mahabharata, of 18 chapters by sage Vyasa and the author of the Puranas, and imparted to Arjuna by Bhagavan Narayana himself, which is Krishna. Okay, so this is the mantra. Next. So just to recap where we left off from verse 23 last week. This is where this Sanjaya was trying to narrate the scene in Kurukshetra to the blind king. He said, let me see those well-wishers in this war of the evil-minded Duryodhana who have come together here to fight. Okay, this is where we left off. Now let's continue with the next verse 24. So here Sanjaya said, O descendant of Bharata, being thus addressed by Gurukesha, which is Arjuna, then Krishna, okay, then drew up the fine chariot to the middle of both of armies in front of Bhishma, Drona, and all the kings, and said, Arjuna, behold, the Kauravas assemble here. So this is the scene he's describing to the blind king, what is happening there now, where he's looking at how Arjuna and Krishna in the chariot move to the center where both armies are, sort of assembled. So then Sanjaya said, this is the same. Wait, sorry. Can I see this previous slide? Is it the same? Okay, so sorry about that. I think this is the one that, okay, so this is the same verse. Let's go to the next one. So on the verse 26, it said, there Arjuna saw stationed there in both the armies his uncles, his granduncles, his teachers, his maternal uncles, his brothers, the son, grandson, and friends, all the cousins. And so it's like his whole clan were there on the other side of the army, as well as his father-in-law and well-wishers. So he was like, seeing the people that he knew and he's going to kill them, he just saw that. Okay, so this is the verse. Next slide. Seeing all those relatives present there, Arjuna was overwhelmed with deep pity and spoke in sadness. So he couldn't sum up the courage to fight the war, because seeing all the people, his relatives and people who are his well-wishers and his friends and his cousins. Okay, so this is what the verse 27 say. Next slide. So on the verse 28 and 29, it say Arjuna said, he finally spoke to Krishna. Krishna, seeing my friends and relatives present before me, eager to wage war, my limbs are giving way, my mouth is purging, and a shiver is running down through my body. My hair is standing on ends. So he's describing how frightened he is now. he's in tremendous fear. Okay, he's describing his body in fear. Next, before waging the war. So he even said, my bow, Gandiva, is slipping from my hands. My skin is burning all over. My mind is swirling as it were, and I'm now unable to stand any longer. So Arjuna, supposed to be the Kshatriya, that means the warrior, to protect his clan, his people. That is his dharma. But standing in front of him, he's seeing all the teachers and all the people that he knew, couldn't fight the war, just in tremendous fear, confusion, and describing how his body is giving way. He can't even hold the bow at all, how to fight. Next slide. So he says, I foresee only evil omens, oh Krishna. He say, oh, this is going to be bad things happening if we fight, He's just giving negativity, more and more negativity. He say, oh Krishna, I do not see any good coming out of killing one's own kinsmen. That means our own people. Swajanam. Swajanam means it's your own people, right? Your own kinsmen in this battle. I do not covet, my dear Krishna, victory of kingdom of pleasure. So he's totally collapsed, okay, by telling Krishna, I cannot fight. Next slide. So he said, of what use will kingdom or happiness? He's trying to justify now. See the way how he phrased it. He's trying to, his cunning mind trying to justify to Krishna why he shouldn't fight. He said, of what use will kingdom or happiness or even life be to us by fighting this war? For those sake, we desire this kingdom, enjoyment and happiness. They stand in battle, staking their lives and property, teachers, fathers, sons, as well as grandfathers, maternal uncles, father-in-laws, grandsons, brothers-in-law, and other relatives. So he said, Krishna, even if I'm killed by them, I do not want to kill these people, right? Even to gain control of the three worlds, much less for the earthly lordship. What pleasure will we get by destroying the sons of, Dhritarashtra, which is the blanking, Janadana, okay? Only sins will overcome us if we slay these wrongdoers, okay? So he's trying to justify from morality point of view to say we cannot kill them. What is that to kill? Even for the kingdom that we're trying to, because this war is about reclaiming the kingdom. Remember, his elder brother, Yudhishthira, went to have a gambling session with Duryodhana, and he lost everything, remember? So he lost everything, and it was said that after several years, they're supposed to reclaim back the kingdom. But Duryodhana decided to play punk, don't want to give back the kingdom. That's why this war ensued. This war got started because the other side refused to return them their kingdom. Okay, so that's how Bhagavad Gita, Mahabharata started. Okay, next slide. So, therefore, it is not proper for us to kill the sons of Dhritarashtra, okay, and our relations. For how could we be happy after killing our own kinsman, Madhava, which is Krishna. He's addressing Krishna. So he's just again and again trying to point out to Krishna that we shouldn't kill our people. Next slide. So again he said, oh Janadana, these men blinded by greed see no fault in killing one's family or being treasonable to friends, incur sin. So he's trying to say, oh, if by killing we're going to incur sin, it's going to be bad for us, bad omen. Next slide. Why should we, who clearly see the sin in the destruction of a dynasty, not turn away from this crime? So see how he presented his case one by one, again stressing on the sin, by killing his own people, and this is a crime against against humanity and all that. So that's what he's trying to justify. Next slide. With the destruction of the dynasty, the age-old family tradition died, and virtue having been lost, vice overtakes the entire race. So he's giving more reason for not fighting. He's talking that vice will take over the entire race. Okay, and family will die, all the good things will be lost. So that's what he's trying to add on to the justification. Next slide. When non-righteous practices become common, O Krishna, the woman of the family become corrupt, and with the degradation of womanhood, O descendant of Vishnu, right? Vishnu, ensue intermixture of caste. Means the caste will, because after the war, there will be degradation of the womanhood. It means there will be intermarriages, which sort of dilute the purity of the lineage. So the intermix of the caste. You see, in those days there are certain caste systems. So he's saying that if after the war everything will be so corrupt, and so there will be intermarriages which will make the whole caste very impure. Okay, so next slide. Okay, wait, next, previous slide. Okay, so next slide. Okay, so again he cries to Krishna. We hear that those who have lost family tradition dwell in hell, and for an infinite period of time. Again he's bringing the scary part about being in hell. When we go into the war, the family go into hell, and then there'll be a long time that they'll be stuck in hell. Okay, so this is next slide. Next slide. So he said, at last we're prepared to commit greatly sinful acts of killing our kinsmen, driven by the desire to enjoy royal happiness. Next. He said, it would be better if the sons of Dhritarashtra, armed with weapons, kill me in battle while I'm unarmed and not resisting. So basically he said, I'd rather be killed by them. I'm not going to kill them. This is the coward Arjuna is speaking. Okay, I don't want to kill them. I cannot kill them. Let them kill me. I don't want to kill in the battle. Let them kill me. So he's like dropping everything and fall into utter powerlessness. He said, I'm unarmed and not resisting. I'm not going to resist when they kill me. So this is what he said in this verse. Next slide. So this is the last verse in chapter 1. He said, so Sanjaya was just telling the king, the blind king, please be very clear. The blind king and Sanjaya are in the palace, not in the battlefield. He's downloading from his third eye, narrating what the third eye is reviewing to the blind king in the present moment. They are in the palace. They are not at the war field. The Kurukshetra, where this is what last 46 verse, he describing to the blind king. So Sanjaya say, Arjuna, whose mind was agitated by the grief of the battlefield, having spoken thus, cast aside his bow along with the arrows and sat down on the rear position of the chariot, the rear portion of the chariot. So that means instead of getting ready to fight, he just dropped everything and collapsed, sitting on the chariot. Okay, this is what happened in chapter 1. Okay, so now let's get into what this chapter actually is trying to teach us. So here's a story Somji tells. He said, our faith is pseudo if it is not life transforming. Let's say when you have certain faith, but if it is not transforming you, that means whatever faith you call is pseudo, means fake. Okay, he said, here's the story. He said, a guy lived as an atheist. That means someone who do not believe in God, who just like a free thinker, what you call. lived as an atheist. One day he fell from a cliff and was hanging on a small branch. He fell from a cliff and he was holding on a small branch, swinging, Slowly the branches started to give way because his weight, the branch is going to break. And this guy started shouting, "Oh God, I never believed in you, but now I do. Please save me, please save me." So, see, this guy lived as an atheist all his life. See, one day he fell from a cliff and was hanging on a small branch, and slowly the branch was starting to give way, right? And the man started shouting, "Oh God, I never believe in you." And then a booming voice came from the heaven. "Oh, my son, don't worry, I will save you. Just let go of the branch and I will save you." Okay, so God responded to his his plea for help, right? Immediately the man responded, "Is there anyone else out there who can save me?" See, even God responded, he still doesn't believe that God is going to save him. So then he go and ask, "Anyone else can help me?" That's why for atheists, someone who don't believe in God, even when God appear in front and respond to them, they will not even respond. They will not even believe that God has come to save them or help them. Okay, so next slide. So now, understand this context. Okay, Arjuna's dilemma. See, Arjuna could see within the armies of both parties, the elders, the grandfather, the teachers, maternal uncle, cousin, son, grandson, and the friends, as well as his father-in-law and all the well-wishers. He saw that side got a huge army, bigger army than his side. Okay, and they are all familiar faces because they are all related to him, his relatives. When Arjuna, the son of Kunti, saw these friends and relatives present there, he was overwhelmed with deep pity and said to Krishna, "Seeing my friends and relatives present before me, eager to wage war, I feel limb trembling, my mouth is drying, my hair is standing on the ends, my bow is, slipping away from my hand because I'm sweating, so I cannot even hold the bow, and then my skin is burning with so much fear. I'm unable to stand any longer. I'm forgetting myself, and my mind starts spinning. I foresee only evil omens, O killer of the Keshi demon." So he just describing that he's now overwhelmed. He can't fight. He's going to see all the bad things happening. See, the theme of Gita is the story of Arjuna's dilemma, his incompletion and his completion by Krishna. The whole book is about how he started as a confused, inauthentic warrior. Till the end, he fought the war and won the war. Okay, so the whole book, 18th chapter, is about his transformation, guided by Krishna, the master, the avatar. Next slide. So it represents the collective root patterns of humanity. Arjuna is a mirror image of every one of us. Every one of us who's having root patterns, having incompletions. It is an eternal conflict between what we feel as us, what we feel we can actually do. Our inner identity, mamakara, what we project as us to others, what we feel we want to actually do, our outer identity, ahankara. So mamakara is what we feel about ourselves. Ahankara is what we show to others, okay? And then how others think and perceive us is anyakara, and what we think about life and others as what we perceive as our value system belief is called swa-anyakara. So these are the four images, right? Inner image, outer image, life image, and others image, which is mamakara, ahankara, anyakara, and swa-anyakara. These are the four images which makes up of our personality, our character. So he said, living in your peak capacity with all these four identities, align your life to all the four dimensions and expressing your peak potential in all these four images is authenticity, Shraddha. So constantly raise yourself to your peak capacity in all the different images, identities, whether it's inner image, outer image, life image, and others image. Okay, so this is the whole journey of raising yourself to become authentic, Shraddha. Next slide. So the essence of the Krishna's teaching in this book, Bhagavad Gita, can be understood through four simple yet powerful universal principles called tattvas, which is integrity, authenticity, responsibility, and enriching. Integrity in Sanskrit is called samputti, authenticity is shraddha, responsibility is upayanam, and enriching is abhyanam. Okay, so these are the four universal principles, spiritual principles that everyone should align back. See, we are born with these four universal principles when we were a child. You see, when a child without corruption or I would say conditioning from the outward naturally live with these four principles. But in the process of growing up, a lot of conditioning, a lot of fear, a lot of greed, all that make us lose this powerful universal principle. Means we start to become inauthentic, we start to become non-integrated. So Swamiji said, let's define these four principles and how you're going to see from this whole book. These four principles gets awakened. Okay. First is samputti, integrity. Is you fulfilling the word and thought you give to yourself and to others, and experiencing a state of purnatva, completion with yourself and with life. So every time when you utter something, make sure that you give your life to fulfill whatever you give words to yourself and others. This is integrity. If you are not able to fulfill for whatever reason, at least complete with yourself and with others that whatever words are given to you, I'm not able to complete. So let me restore my integrity by completing with you. This is integrity because words carry the energy. All the things that we live is based on the words we give to ourselves and others. It forms a life structure. The basic life structure is only what you say, how you talk to yourself, and how you talk to others. So integrity is one of the most fundamental spiritual principles. Even connecting with the divine, Guru, Paramashiva, you fundamentally need integrity. Integrity is the key to open the feeling connection. Okay, the feeling connection with the Guru or with Paramashiva is integrity. Next slide. So now let's look at authenticity, Shraddha. This is the second spiritual principle. It's you being established in the peak of your capacity and responding to life from who you perceive yourself to be for yourself, who you project yourself to be for others, and what others expect you to be for them. So that means raising yourself to the peak capacity. See, Swamiji said that just by this principle of authenticity, it can lead you to enlightenment. It means enlightenment is possible if you live with authenticity. It means you are not settling into a comfort zone. You are ready to keep raising yourself to the next level. Okay, so that is authenticity. Next, responsibility, upayanam. Upayanam is responsibility. It's a power where it's about living and responding to life from the truth that you are the source and therefore you are responsible for all the happening in you and around you. Okay, so that's why Ramana, Maharishi said there's no other, only you. You are the only one. You are in everything, everything is in you. Okay? So next, last tattva is enriching. Apyayanam. Apyayanam means you taking responsibility with integrity, authenticity, that you are committed to continuously enriching, which is expanding yourself, life in and around you. So enriching yourself and others. So any problem or conflict that you have in life can be handled very practically, efficiently, and skillfully just by living these four tattvas. These four spiritual principles awaken the four great inner powers in you. Each tattva is a key to unlock a corresponding power in you. Let's look at what are the powers when you start living with each spiritual principle. Next slide. So these four principles awaken the four innate powers within all of us. When we start living with these four tattvas, the spiritual principle, okay? Any problem, conflict we have in life can be handled just by these four tattvas, okay? To unlock these four powers, we need to understand these four principles are related to our words, our thinking, our emotion, and living. So integrity awakens the Vok Shakti, the power words, because you're so integrated to the words you give to yourself and others. The Vok Shakti gets awakened because you don't tell lies, you are integrated, whatever you declare, you just fulfill it, you never, sort of miss whatever that you say to yourself and others. You either complete or you deliver, you make manifest. That awakens the Vok Shakti. Vok Shakti means the power words. People who radiate the power words, the moment they speak, it becomes reality. Let's say, let the rain stop. Then you see the rain will stop. And you say, let me manifest this. Oh, it just happened. So a person living with integrity will be able to awaken this Vok Shakti. It means ability to manifest whatever they say. The power words. Okay, so this is the first power when you live with integrity. Got it? Yes? Understand? The second power, which is authenticity. Authenticity, where you constantly raise yourself to the next capacity, not settling with your cozy comfort zone. Keep pushing yourself to better and better version of you, awakens the Mano Shakti. Mano Shakti is the power of thinking, ability to have clarity, no confusion. That clarity makes you make decision very, very swiftly. You don't struggle with confusion. You just know what to do, how to do it. That is the Mano Shakti. When you start living with authenticity, you will see everything will become very clear, straightforward. There's no confusion. There's no any moment of doubt. You just know what to do, and you will just do it without any regret or any guilt. No guilt, no regret, because of the power of thinking by living with authenticity. Okay, so that is the second power, Mano Shakti. When you start becoming responsible, wait, haven't finished the third power. The third power awakens the Prema Shakti, the power of feeling. See, when a person who can feel everything and the whole entire cosmos radiates the compassion, the love. That's why Prema means love, right? So the power of feeling, ability to empathize what is happening, ability to feel for others. That makes you take up the responsibility for others, because people are not able to take responsibility. You take up the responsibility, and you start to have the power of feeling, ability to feel whatever is unspoken, and that awakens the leadership consciousness. See, responsibility awakens the leadership consciousness. Ishwaratva. It means ability to lead people, community, country, etc. That comes with responsibility, because responsibility is a power. You don't wait for power to come, only you don't wait till you have power, then you take responsibility. It doesn't work that way. You take responsibility first, then the power will be sent to you. So first step is taking responsibility for the good of humanity, for the good of, let's say, your people, etc. Then comes the power of feeling. Lastly, enriching. The last tattva, spiritual principle, when you start enriching others, not just yourself, but enrich others also, so that people also have the right understanding how to live a dharmic life, have the right powerful cognition. You start sharing what you learn and what you are transformed. It awakens Atma Shakti, the power of living, ability to live, in the dharmic life as well as with fulfillment. So these are the 4 Shaktis that get awakened when you start living the 4 tattvas, the 4 spiritual principles of integrity, authenticity, responsibility, and enriching. That's why even during the completion, we declare as a final statement, we always say, with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, and enriching myself and others, I declare I'm complete with this pattern from this moment, right? Then we request Swamiji's, Sangha and our own blessing. This is how, again and again, we might ask to get back to the 4 tattvas, living these 4 tattvas after the completion of our, inauthenticity, non-responsibility, and non-integrity, and never enrich people. So completing. Next slide. See, this is the why for my life. Okay, what is that so? He said, see, it takes a lot of courage of authenticity. See, whenever you live with authenticity, it means you're a courageous person. You have worked out all your fear. A person with a lot of fear will not be authentic. They are mutually exclusive. Either you are fearful or you're authentic. If you are authentic, you have already go beyond fear. Understand? So it takes a lot of courage of authenticity to bring integrated listening to our thinking, to stop and question our life and actions and society plan for us. Understand, the attitude of asking why needs awareness. If we keep this one question alive, why am I doing what I'm doing? And are able to take this question to the logical conclusion in our life, Swamiji say, I tell you, you'll be enlightened. You'll radiate enriching. So this whole book will make you become aware of the why for my life, because you will make you think why you are doing this, why you are making such a decision, why you are suffering. All that will become clear, because it is this attitude of why that needs awareness. Because when you start asking this whole clarity, you will have more and more awareness, and you will know why. You will come to this logical conclusion. Okay, next slide. So Swamiji say that the law of cosmos is nothing but responsibilism. Okay, this word, responsibilism. See, a person who does not feel responsible even for his own action is an animal. Animals just go and do whatever they do, they don't really care, right? Even in a human body, someone behaving like that, not taking responsibility for his own action, this person is living as an animal, even though he is in a human form. Okay? He lives in a very low level consciousness. So he said, Duryodhana, who is the king of Kauravas, along with his army, represent this low level consciousness. Okay? They just greed and live in low consciousness. greed and aggression. So he say also a person who feels responsible for his own action is a human being. When you elevate to the consciousness of a human being is when you start taking responsibility. You cannot anyhow do and just blame people, right? Those people who anyhow do and still blame others is living like an animal. At least when someone is ready and say, yeah, I'm responsible for what I created the mess. He lives in the middle level consciousness because at least he's a human being. There were many warriors who felt responsible for their actions, their duties, and even supported Duryodhana. They represent this middle level consciousness in this war, okay? Now, finally, a person who takes responsibility even for others' action, not just his own or her own action, but even for others is divine. A divine can only take responsibility for even the whole. He lives in leadership consciousness, Ishwaratva. Sri Krishna is the Ishwara, the leader of the universe, the God, responsible for the whole cosmos, with the ability to do anything with the cosmos. That's why he's an incarnation, a direct descendant of God in a human form in this body. Okay, so this is the 3 level. How much responsible you are makes you divine. When you take responsibility for more and more people, it makes you divine. Next slide. So, the decision to feel responsible for the whole cosmos is enlightenment. Okay, when you are going to take, your Sankapa to become enlightened, it is mean I'm taking responsibility for the whole cosmos, because enlightened beings is responsible for the whole entire cosmos. Feeling responsible for the whole and declaring to live by your feeling is responsible declaration, known in Hindu spiritual practice as Nidhyasana. Responsible declaration unlocks the power of feeling and Prema Shakti in you. That means when you declare, I'm going to do this, I'm going to take responsibility for this, though your authentic declaration in taking responsibility will unlock the powers, the Prema Shakti in you. Okay, so that's why declaration plays a major role in our life. Whatever we say, whatever we how we talk to ourselves and speak to others. So the whole Mahabharata war, this whole war, is Krishna's expression of the power of his responsibilism, Ishwaratva. Do you know that this war, the Mahabharata war, many things got destroyed because what happened was, at that point in time, I think this Krishna happened at least 5,000 years ago from now, okay? So at that point in time, there was massive degradation. There was a lot of abuse of a lot of powers, and it becoming very dangerous for planet Earth. So his descent as an avatar at that point in time is to clean up the whole planet Earth, because people are abusing the powers that can destroy the Earth many, many times, just like what we have now. The amount of nuclear weapons we have on planet Earth can just destroy planet Earth, 700 times. Do you know? So many nuclear weapons being developed now in different countries. If they all get activated, it's powerful enough to destroy planet Earth at least 700 times. Okay, the amount of nuclear weapon. So basically, I just want to say is that Krishna, during at least 5,000 years ago, during that time, the era, okay, his avatar mission is to clean up the planet Earth, to remove all this negativity, this abuse of the powers because they're becoming too dangerous for humanity. So he has to make sure that this war happen, so that whatever needs to be destroyed get destroyed. Understand? Can you imagine that time they had Brahmashastra, which is like, it's like a nuclear weapon. Just by the sound, it can just destroy the whole planet Earth, just like that. Okay? So he takes responsibility even for others' inauthenticity and others' irresponsibility, and re-establishes Dharma, the cosmic law of responsibilism. This is the job of an incarnation. That's why Krishna is known as the Purna Avatar, means the complete incarnation. Okay? So, next slide. So the essence of Gita is living the space of completion in the present moment. See, the truth expounded in this book is about personal transformation. Each verse of the Gita is a sutra, a technique that can work on our being and transform us through completion. Completion is a space and state where you will be totally connected with life and with people in your life in the present moment without any limiting or restraining influence of your past happening in your life. So this is the whole purpose of understanding Gita and digesting Gita and living it. Next slide. So before we get into that, I want all of us to sit in silence and contemplate for a little while to digest what this entire chapter 1 reflect in your life, how you experience. Maybe we can stop sharing now. Let's do a meditation, a short manana, contemplation. See, Swamiji say that after listening, Shravana, we need to manana, do manana, which is contemplate. Then, once the contemplation brings clarity, we start living it, which is nidhyasana. So now, let's do the contemplation. Whatever that you have heard from last session to today's session, what sort of resonated in you, contemplate in that so that it becomes part of you. Okay? So close your eyes now. Let's close your eyes for a few minutes. Whatever that makes sense to you, whatever give you an aha moment, that give you a click inside you. Contemplate on that. Allow Bhagavan Sri Krishna to reveal your blind spot. The same blind spot with Arjuna. Open your eyes. Any clip that you want to share from this chapter before we finish the last 2 slides? Any clip? After having heard what Arjuna's cry of powerlessness, anything that sort of resonated in you? Do you see that in many, in some situation in your life, or you also see that in certain situation in people in your life when they fall into the powerlessness? How they reasoned themselves in their confusion. How Arjuna cunningly presented why he cannot fight the war. You see how he presented in such a, to me it's like a flare, wow, presented 条条有理. It seems so logical and reasonable why he should just give up fighting the war and get killed by the enemy. He presented also, wow, you're supposed to fight for your people. Now you collapse and you rather than get yourself killed and kill your entire clan will be killed by the other side. Just because as a warrior he just collapsed. So this is where Krishna come and rescue him in chapter 2. In chapter 2, Krishna start talking, because in first chapter he just listened to what happened to this fella. Why? He's not fighting. So first chapter, Krishna just listen to his let him vomit out all his powerlessness, all his fear. Then in second chapter, that's where he start to open the true knowledge in Sankhya Yoga. The true nature of the divinity. So he's going to review that. You see, of all the Bhagavad Gita, second chapter is also one of my favorite, because that chapter itself review who we are. Because Krishna is telling who we are. Then hey, you're supposed to be divine. How can you act like this? So this is the amazing part of the second chapter, where Krishna revealed the ultimate truth about who we are, the divine side about each one of us. So no one? Parvati, you want to share?
Yes, the response, when we take responsibility, we will have the power of prima. Initially, I learned, people taught me that it's the power of feeling. And just now you said the power of prima equals
Prema.
to the power of love, right?
Prema is love.
Oh,
Prema.
okay.
So when you feel, the love for others.
Okay.
Okay? Only when it's come from the heart. Understand? Come from the heart. Anything else? So Leslie, what do you anything? Yeah, anyone? No? How about Govinda Rupini? You have anything you want to share? Okay, let's complete the last 2 slides, okay? Please start reading the book, okay? Next chapter, chapter 2. As we are expounding on this chapter, read the chapter before you come. So, for those of you who are new, who are actually watching from social media, we'd like to invite all of you to 2 possible programs. One is Paramashiva Sena, which is a 1-month spiritual retreat by by Swamiji. You basically take 1 month off. So the next batch is going to be batch 18 and 19 June, May and June. Okay, it is completely free. Basically, you will be traveling. Currently, is being held in 2 places. One is in Tiruvannamalai, which is in India. Another one is in Africa. This Guinea-Bissau. Okay, so these are the 2 places that you can attend. And also, as you know, that yesterday we just celebrated the Tema New Year. The next celebration is going to come is this Akshaya Tritiya, okay, which is another celebration in Sanatana Dharma, where we welcome all the auspicious things, Lakshmi and all that. So, Guinea-Bissau, okay, in Africa, and Tiruvannamalai. These are the 2 places now that Paramashiva Sena is happening. So this is a 1-month spiritual transformative program. If you want to really do a lot of completion and transform your life and get initiation by Swamiji to all the different powers, third eye awakening, etc., go and attend this program. Just take 1 month off to really raise your capacity, becoming more and more authentic. Okay, so if you are interested, can DM us. We're ready to take you when you're ready to take the next jump. Okay, the next quantum jump to live as a divine being. Next slide. So you can also download this book, the ebook, which is totally free of cost. And if you're interested to have a hard copy, you can also let us know. We are happy to send you the hard copy wherever you are. We have quite a lot of printed hard copy, which Swamiji has told us to enrich more and more people on this book. So that's why I'm doing this reading once again, to inspire more and more people to reconnect with this powerful book. So before I conclude, remember to read the next chapter 2, okay, Sankhya Yoga. And if there's no further question, let's conclude with the Purna mantra. I hope you enjoyed today's session. Om Purnamata Purnamitam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sovam Bhagavad Shri Nityananda Paramashiva Paurka Paramastu. Om Nityanandam. Have a good evening, Nityanandam.